Okay, daily rigor for April 30th. A says write the value of the bold digit in each number as a decimal and a fraction. So the bold digit for this first one, 0.375. The bold digit is the 3. So as a decimal, I would write decimal 3. And as a fraction, I would write 3/10. So you're writing it both ways, as a decimal and a fraction. Okay? B, comparing. So you're comparing one side to the next. So you're going to take 2 and 15/100 and compare it to 2 and 2/10. It doesn't matter which one you move. You're going to take one of the numbers and line it up over on the other side and put 2, decimal 2. The decimals are lined up. The numbers are lined up. I'm going to fill in this one with a 0. And then you compare. 2 and 2 are the same. My decimals are lined up. 1 and 2 are not the same. 2 is bigger. The 2 came from this side over here, so my answer is less than. 2 and 15/100 is less than 2 and 2/10. Okay? Comparing and ordering. You're lining them up, checking to see where your biggest number is. C says simplify each expression. Order of operation. Okay? It's PEMDAS. Okay, order of operation. Parentheses first. We don't do exponents, so that's out. Multiply and divide from left to right. Add and subtract from left to right. Look at 2 parentheses 5 plus 5. The first thing you did is add 5 plus 5, which is 10. And remember, when the number and the parentheses are side by side, that means to multiply. So 2 times 10 is 20. Okay? All right. D says use the reference chart to calculate each conversion. It's time. 1 year equals 12 months. 1 year is 52 weeks. 1 week is 7 days. 1 day is 24 hours. It's the same thing. All of these over here on the left are the ones, so they are your big measurements. And all the numbers on the right are your small measurements. You're still going to go from a big to a small by multiplying, and from a small to a big by dividing. Okay? All right, number 1. The dot plot shows the number of hours that 22 students slept last night. Each dot represents one student. A says how many students slept more than 8 hours. So we're not going to look at 8 hours, but we're going to look at 8.5 to 10. So how many students slept from more than 8 hours? B, how many students slept less than 8 hours? So again, we're not going to count the 8. We're going to look at everything less than 8. Okay? 2, Logan picked 12 dozen apples in an orchard. He gave half of the apples to his mother. Circle the equation that can be used to find M, the number of apples he gave to his mother. Okay. So you're not having to solve it, you're just trying to make an equation. So we know that Logan picked 12 dozen apples. He picked 12. How many apples come in a dozen? What is a dozen? 12. So how many apples did he pick? He picked 12. And then each one of those dozens is 12. So what are you going to do to these two numbers? Okay? And then it said he gave half of them to his mom. So if you're putting something in half, what operation are you doing? And if you're breaking something in half, you're breaking it into 2 pieces, right? So there's your equation. 12 something, 12 something, 2. Which is the same numbers they use down here. Tell me what my missing operations are. Number 3, Mariah spends $72 each month for cell phone service. Estimate how much money she spends for 20 months of cell phone service. All right. You're estimating how much she spends for 20 months of service. She spends $72 each month So you're going to estimate 72 to be about, okay? And then 20 months, that's already estimated for you. So all you have to do is estimate 72. And then what? Are you going to multiply or are you going to divide? Number 4, Elise's new book has 96 pages. She will read 12 pages each day until she finishes reading the book. How many days will it take Elisa to read the book? It has 96 pages. She's going to read 12 pages each day. Well, if I'm reading the same number of pages each day, that's like breaking something up into equal groups, right? So, 96 pages, 12 pages each day. How many days is it going to take? Number 5, a chemist used more than 2 and 3,500 grams of sodium during an experiment. Which could be the exact amount of sodium the chemist used? Okay, so we're looking for the exact amount of sodium the chemist used. He used more than 2,3,500 grams. So which one of these is more than 2 and 3,500 grams? Okay, chemists used more than 2 and 3,500 grams of sodium during an experiment. Which could be the exact amount of sodium the chemist used? All right.